You want to become a business loan broker, a referral partner, an agent to whatever capacity, and you do not want to be left hanging without the right training, guidance, and mentorship, kind of like these hangers here, and you'd like to get plugged into a done-for-you cloned business and system that features one of these partnerships where it's hands-off, you don't have to do any of the processing, financial bank statement reviews, and you'd like to get plugged into other products that are residual based without having to start at zero and from complete scratch each and every single month. Instead, something predictably is coming in each and every single month, then you need to watch this video all the way through. Hi, welcome in. My name is Michael. I've been a business loan broker expert, a business funding expert for many years now, helping out a lot of people in their businesses get the right type of funding through credit, cash flow, collateral, liquidity, equity, real estate investors, a lot of things. And from firsthand experience, somebody who is an introvert, much more the analytical, cerebral type, I'm not one for words. I'm not a wordsmith. I like doing a lot of reviews, financial reviews, understanding the processing, going through that, and just being that person for the people who need help with their business and getting funding, and even before funding, cash flow management, profitability management in many ways. I can tell you that it's a great field to be in, but you also have to be very careful in that it can be very unpredictable, volatile, self-sabotaging, self-defeating in many times, and that can carry on for some time. And it may not be that way all the time, but what I mean is it can be on both sides. For me, somebody who's worked on their personal growth and development as an entrepreneur, I run multiple businesses too, in case you didn't know this. And I've seen a lot of things, been through the funding sequences. I understand how a lot of this works, and understanding that personal growth is of most importance. Who the person is, people over profits, value, vision, mission, morals, ethics, the cause behind things, the why, the drive behind it. That's very important to me. And in this, you discover a lot of characteristic traits in the character of people, and that's what you have to be careful of. I'm not perfect, but I've done a lot, I've grown a lot, and I've learned the unlimited for life income skills, the high income skills. That's why you may think that I'm not an introvert. And I tell people it's because I've learned the unlimited for life income skills. And I wish for you to have that if you don't have it yet, or you continue to grow in that. And then also in your mindset. And so people can be unpredictable. They could change their mind. They forgot to submit the bank statements. They're missing one piece of document. They didn't send you an email back. They got distracted by something else in their business, or they found another opportunity. They're really not leaning into you as the person, which you should be there for them as a person first and foremost. And I'm not saying you have to open up so much. I'm like an onion, like a hard onion you have to keep peeling just to get one layer off. And I'm very calculated, meticulous. So I have to be very energy and time efficient in this as it is. And you have to be careful in this industry to give up too much of your energy and time where things will go nowhere. And I mean, not just nowhere in the business, but who the person is that you're working with. So I have a higher standard, and I hope you get to that if you don't have that yet. And I'm not expecting each person that I work with to have that, but it's where I'm looking at it from. You see a lot of characters and traits that get in people's way, being obnoxious, ignorant, naive, stubborn, egotistical, cocky, and not the good way. And so you have to be protective and understand there's friction and resistance with anything, but how do you lower that? And so a lot of the times it comes back to the character of someone and why you didn't get all the documents. And I'm not one to pressure people, but this stuff happens time to time. And if it doesn't happen to you and it hasn't, great. But there are those moments, and that can carry on from time to time for a good amount of it till it changes, or it doesn't happen, or everything's smooth sailing and then something happens. That's common with anything. But with this, why would I only want to rely on a client for when they get funding, I get an amount? Why leave it up to the client when there's parts to the process that can take some time? Junior, senior underwriting, even before pre-qualification, they were approved. Now, do they want the offer, or there's a background check, or there's something else? Oh, they didn't want the offer. They changed their mind. They wanted something else. They were shopping around. They weren't taking you serious, not just where they were going to go get funding from, but you serious, because did you show up for them? Was that caused by you? That's why it's important to build that as much as you can build it, of course. And so I've built a sizable personal and business brand in this, so I know what I'm talking about. And the thing is, you don't want to just leave it up to the client. A lot of things can happen. I just gave you some of them. There are a lot of reasons that can result in a decline more than an approval. And so you have to consider that and respect that and understand not to put all of your eggs in one basket. If you have a network, great, and you think things can go smooth sailing, and they have already, great. But you never know. A lot of the times you just don't know. And even with everything being so predictable, you have a pipeline. You still have to start off at zero each and every single month. Why would I want to only depend on that? No matter what my pipeline looks like, no matter how predictable, how forecasted this looks like, yes, this is a client with strong credentials, everything looks clean, cash flow, whatever it is, depending on the service, combination, one or more, I would not just leave it up to that. And if you don't have a network, I'm not saying this couldn't work, it still works well. You just have to get after it. Build those relationships as much as you can, personal and in business. You might find a lot of the times you do it just business, that's you, but personal and business helps. Get that personal touch. Follow up. It's very important that you do that respectfully, not pressuring them. I'm not one of those people. I'm not a salesperson. I have an academic background. I'll try to get into that a little bit later. So I'm much more reserved, and I respect people, and a lot of people come to me because of who I am and why I am the way that I am. I network with a lot of people, high-level people, net income people. And so all that to say, I'd rather get plugged into a business system where if I decide I want to help clients, I can, but it's not the only thing you have to do and can do. Not that you have to only provide business and consumer services. What if you were plugged into other products where you're building out your business with different products that are residual based, that are complementary to one another? As long as somebody stays in, there's a percentage, there's an amount coming in. And with the majority of these products that I have that are proven and tested, a lot of people will want to stay in for the long term, excuse me. Sounded like I was saying in and on. For the long term again. And that's what I'd rather much have than just a one-off thing. And with the funding partnership that you'll see, there will be a button underneath here where you can go check out this clone business, by the way. So I would start with that, but before you go there, when you join, you can bring people under you. And as you're building what I'd call your affiliate army of people, if one of those goes out to go get a client funded, there are capabilities for you to get an amount. So again, capabilities for that. And building out your team, duplication, that's what I would be doing and relying more on, and building that. Having much more longevity in this and getting the other products that are higher profit margins, digital products, apps, services, programs. In fact, one of these platforms gives out 80% commissions. Let that sink in just for a second. And this isn't even funding related of a platform. Digital education, you get pages upon pages, you can duplicate. There's my introvert. And I'll give you a lot of these templates. So eventually you'll get to the clone instructions page after you go through the next page. And then there might be one more page before you get to the clone instructions. But once you're there, you're going to get an introduction video from me. And you'll see how to clone my business loan broker / agent business services agency. There's also business and consumer services you can offer with one of those programs. With a twist where you don't even have to provide a service and rely only on clients, which is not what I would want to be doing. No matter how much well I do and how well my pipeline looks like, new returning customers, that's not the point. And that's what I would be building. So there's a video there for the introduction, and then step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and so on underneath it. When you get to step 3, you're going to see the platform where all of these pages are hosted on, where there's duplication, where you're going to get all these templates for step 2, step 1, and so forth. And then you can share all this too with others. And you're helping yourself build your business online while also helping out others too. So that's what I would do. Go ahead and check out the clone business by clicking the button down below and or around this video, depending on the device you are watching from. It'll be very helpful. It'll be one of the best decisions you've made. You look back on this and think, yes, I'm glad I got into this sooner. and not just depending on clients. Again, no matter what your pipeline looks like, and this is coming from firsthand experience. I've been there, done that. I see the clients that get declined. I know the reasons. I see the reasons. There's just so much, and I'm not the one causing the friction and resistance in this a lot of the time. It's not me. Actually, I would say it's not me at all. And again, I'm not perfect, and I'm not saying that I'm this beautiful, magical, perfect person. No, it's, again, I've worked on growth, development, businesses, understanding math, systems, and yeah, so go ahead, look at the button down below, go ahead and click there to get started, check out the clone business details, get in there. And in step 1, after my introduction video on the clone instructions page, you can join the partnership program for free, no catch, to get started, and then go to step 2, step 3, and so forth. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching.